Hi everyone, thanks for downloading this video. I thought because videos from home are kind of the new norm, I thought maybe I'd try one out for KIS Consultancy and see how it goes. So I hope you enjoy this. Since the start of the term, I've had the chance to catch up with some of you via the phone, and I'm yet to catch up with another of couple of services as well. From our conversations, I've learnt that many of you have jumped right into doing remote learning, as obviously there's way less children at the service and some educators are also away. This looks different in lots of different services and is based on children, families, and also service philosophies. Some have done take-home packs with activities, while others are using existing technologies such as StoryPark to promote learning at home. And some services are trying out new things like Zoom. If you're interested in using Zoom or trying it out, I highly recommend a webinar from a group of US-based preschool teachers, and they talk about their experience implementing what they call a pilot program. And I think that was back in March, so it was quite a while ago. But they share their insights and things they learnt to make it kind of appropriate for preschool-aged children. So it was great to hear about everyone's approach to remote learning, and I especially enjoyed learning about how you're planning for remote learning. There's so much confidence, thoughtfulness, and some real honesty. Some people said, I'm not sure how this works, but I'm just going to make my way through it and draw on what I know and do my best to support children and families and my team, of course, at this time. Many of you identified some opportunities that have come with COVID, especially being able to spend more one-on-one time with children at the service, as well as time to have quality conversations with families on the phone. Along with the advantages, is obviously challenges that come with COVID, and these came through as sort of questions. So I thought I'd go through some of these questions and endeavour to maybe answer them, which could provide perhaps a pathway forward. So I've got two questions for today. And the first question is, how do we promote inclusion and support children with additional needs remotely? To begin to answer this, I was reflecting on what would we do normally to support children with additional needs, and how do we make our programs inclusive? And I thought modification's kind of the key. We make practice modifications and we respond in ways that meet the varying level of support that each child needs or might need. And in the context of remote learning, this could mean perhaps having a phone conversation about the child's learning with the family. And this is also a chance for you to share or develop an individual learning plan for the child with the family. Maybe you might talk about the child's strengths, because that's always important, and also areas for growth. You might say, I've noticed that Tommy is really interested in his peers, and then ask if the parents have also noticed that. And then you might go on to say, based on this interest in peers, it would be valuable to support Tom to practice and learn friendship skills such as joining in or taking turns and sharing. You might go on then to suggest strategies such as role play at home with family members and teddies, etc., to practice those skills. And maybe you'll share a social story to help this. And this would be great stuff for the child to practice and learn for when they come back to the service. Another way to promote participation and inclusion, especially maybe in those group experiences that you're providing, such as packs. Maybe you might do perhaps a how-to video and provide ideas to modify experiences in those packs. Maybe if, say, you had maybe it was a drawing experience, and the question might come from a family such as, what if my child can't draw? And then you'd have the chance to go on and share your teaching knowledge with families and talk about how we support children to learn to draw when they're first starting out, such as setting up the environment, drawing with the materials that mark easily to prevent frustration. We might role model how to draw. We might describe what they're drawing. And then, of course, we'll celebrate their attempts and finally provide ongoing opportunity to practice and refine that skill. The second question would be, how do we document children's learning when they're at home? So this is important for several reasons, including planning for school readiness or assessing eligibility for and documenting a second year of funding, perhaps. My answer for this is kind of simple, and I hope that's kind of enough. So what if we invited families to help collect data about children's learning? We know that evidence of learning just doesn't have to be that face-to-face observation. It can also be samples of artwork, photos, videos, and really in some ways permanent products such as video are great because you can revisit them and there might be things that you missed. The only challenge here is asking families to collect evidence. So I guess gathering a variety of information that's relevant to the 5 outcomes. One way to achieve this would be to plan activities based on the 5 outcomes, such as identity, wellbeing, community, etc., and then ask families to share videos of the child doing that experience. And of course, we know not everyone's going to do this, and this is what happens anyway. But I guess it's our responsibility to make reasonable attempts to engage with families who are learning from home. Well, thanks for listening, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and ciao for now.